Good afternoon and welcome to this demo on how you can use HubSpot's Marketing Hub and Operations Hub to effectively power your marketing operations. With the release of Operations Hub from HubSpot, there's been a ton of talk about flexible solutions as limitless as your imagination. If you can code it, you can build it. Well, what does that even mean? And practically, what can you do with these tools that you couldn't do previously? So let's talk about Marketing Hub. Marketing Hub gives you the power of automation added to an amazing set of marketing tools. It gives you the power of in-depth reporting and analytics and is powered and underpinned by the CRM. So your data can be used to trigger automations, can be used for personalization, and really provides a customer-centric experience. So adding Operations Hub to this marketing machine means better data quality, more trust in your personalization, better clarity of data across teams, removing the silos and allowing your teams, no matter which system is their system of record, to be able to have the same data and work off the same information. Operations Hub is a cloud-based software platform that helps businesses manage their operations, connect with customers, and it's meant to work alongside with other HubSpot tools to enable the operations across the business. So how would you use Marketing Hub and Operations Hub? Here are some examples. The first one is having the power to format your data and keep your database clean, ready to use personalization at any time and not have to wait until you've firstly had the time to clean your database or pay for a standalone data cleansing tool. Now, data cleansing tools have been available for a long time. They're really useful, but most of the time you're paying for a piece of software that only performs one function. Operations Hub gives you that data cleansing ability, but it also adds with it the other functionality that looks after your business. So let's look how it works in HubSpot. Sorry, just sharing my screen. Okay, so if you look at data formatting workflows, when you create a workflow, and you'll see I've been messing around with one already, you can go to add an action and to format data. You can format any property that you like. In this case, I'm going to choose first name. And what you can do is you can decide to capitalize the first letter or change the characters, for example, change to title case, meaning that you're going to have your name properly formatted. And then when you hit save and continue, what it's going to do is ask you where you're going to save this property and update that property. So now you've got a step in there where you are able to use your first name property within automation, being confident that your data is formatted in a professional way for your clients. It goes so much more further than just capitalizing first names. The ability, the functions that are available include things like adding numbers, adding amounts of time. So an application of that would be adding an amount of time so that you can say when the next action should happen, or adding in an SLA date. You can calculate, use these properties in calculations. You can change date formats. You can cut a character or several characters. You can remove white space. You can round off numbers. So just think of the applications in your business and how you would need those data format steps to enable what you are busy doing. The second functionality is similar to, and actually part of this format data step. Just recently, HubSpot's released this custom mode functionality. This custom mode allows you to take the format data step that's been available for a while and extend that functionality in such a way that you can actually use the data that you're formatting in a calculation. So an example that we're going to do here would be if we wanted to join two different pieces of information together. Now, when you're using these functionalities, you may not be able to remember or have it in your mind as easily what your different functionalities look like. And so you can see that I can look at how this works and be reminded about the functionality. So in this case, I want to join the two things with a space. And then I want to say, okay, I want to join first name. So I choose the property first name. Ooh, maybe it would be nice if I could spell first name. And then I want to join the functionality last name. So I insert the property last name. Now, when I go to complete this action, I can create a property called full name, and I can insert that into my database. I've just saved it to any property over there. So you can see that you can create with more flexibility, create more essentially run your database through a formula to be able to get better data and more information out of what you need. And that's your data format and data cleaning steps. The next very powerful workflow tool that the Operations Hub offers you is programmable automations. Now, if you haven't heard about programmable automations, they allow you to implement JavaScript and Python in workflow and bot actions. And this is where the flexibility as wide as your imagination comes in. If you can build that code, you can actually perform whichever actions you need. Some of the examples of actions would be being able to add in additional information that you would usually have to build really complex workflows to build, allocations to reps based on percentages. There's so many use cases, but if you can't think of use cases or you're looking for inspiration, HubSpot has provided a programmable use case library or a place where you can go for inspiration and go and look at what other people have done. The link for that will be in the comments. Go and check it out, go and see what's available, but those are not the only use cases that you could do. So let's see how it works. You would go to the custom code action and you'll see that you can decide which language your code should be in. You can use secrets if you want to, so you can hide certain information and use those secrets. Decide which properties should be included in your code, and then you put in your code over here. Once you've saved that, you can then test and run those automations. This is really, really flexible, gives you the ability to do actions or perform actions in your workflows that were not available previously through the standard set of workflow actions. One final workflow step or action that's available in the Operations Hub may not feel like the most exciting or thrilling addition to the tool, but it's really powerful in terms of keeping data in sync across various systems, and that's webhooks. Webhooks are a way of passing data to and from HubSpot from the other systems you use, giving you more options in terms of how you can integrate the information and make sure that everyone across the teams, whether they are working in HubSpot or in another tool, have the same information, and that information is no longer siloed across your business. So to create a webhook, you would go to the send a webhook action. You would decide if you were sending or retrieving data from another system. You would load in the information and save it. That would then allow you to set up that webhook and get the information passed between HubSpot and another system. Really easy to now be able to give the information that your team needs to everyone in the team, no matter which system of record they use. Now, this isn't just about the ability to use workflows with Operations Hub, although workflows is one of the most powerful tools in the Marketing Hub tool set. One of the final tools that Operations Hub offers is data syncs. So if you go to the app marketplace, you'll see that data syncs that are built by HubSpot. So they're apps built by HubSpot that allow you to connect a host of tools to HubSpot, either in one direction or bidirectionally. So you can see that there's currently 106 data syncs. That number is constantly growing. And what you would do is you would go to the tool that you want to integrate with HubSpot, and you'll see that the data sync is actually explained in detail. You'll also see what default field mappings are available on the standard data sync, keeping in mind that a data sync app may require an Operations Hub license, but many of these data syncs are actually available for free already. There are some limitations to the free functionality, and you'll see additional fields available with custom field mappings. Any custom field mappings will require an Operations Hub license, but data syncs are not just available to Operations Hub customers, but are available or can be available without having an Operations Hub license. But if you're looking to keep two systems in sync and keep your custom fields in sync, then we would recommend an Operations Hub license to do that. When you're setting up your data sync, you'll see that you set up your sync rules in terms of which is the master for the data and which one should be overwritten. It also asks you in which direction the data should flow, whether it's one direction or both. And then you set up the field mappings and determine which fields map with which. It's a fairly simple way of keeping two systems in sync with each other and allowing all your teams to have all the information that you need to really ensure that everyone is working off the same page. I hope this helps, and I really recommend that if you're using Marketing Hub, that you consider looking at the power of Operations Hub as well.